it's time for a little Q&A. I got my nails done. I never have my nails done. So now I'm like, okay, let's start this Q&A. Wow, my hair just looks, I'm a mother, okay? Okay, I'm gonna dive right in. I did a Q&A box on Instagram, saved all of your questions. There are quite a few, as you can see. Some of them are repeat, so that will help me out a lot. And then I also did, on my community tab on YouTube, a Q&A because some people don't use Instagram. If you use Instagram and you don't follow me, what's wrong with ya? The first one says, do you still struggle with PCOS and how do you manage it? So I am 4 months postpartum now, so I'm not quite sure how things are gonna pan out. I'm gonna have to eventually get like a hormone panel done. I'm just guessing. I don't know. To be continued. Stay tuned with the PCOS after child. I mean, it could have fixed things for me. I do feel better than I did before I got pregnant, which is just wild. Are you still pumping? I get this question a lot. I am no longer pumping my breast milk for Nash. I slowly weaned him off of it, where I would give him a little bit less of a breast milk bottle and then a few more formula bottles. And then I would do one less pumping session a day for a while. And I just like slowly fizzled out the breast milk because Nash's acid reflux and colic and all of that jazz, I'm pretty sure he had some sort of allergy. I'm already gluten-free and dairy-free, so I'm just not sure what the problem was with the breast milk, but it was kind of like a combination of things. It was like the colic, the reflux. He would just arch his back in pain after he ate. And of course, immediately, like as moms, you're like, it's me, it's my breast milk, it's something with me. So I just literally was at my wit's end, and I was like, you know what? I need full control of the situation. I need all the mystery of what if it's something in my breast milk to go away. So I started to slowly move him to formula. He's now on a Holly goat's milk formula and he's thriving. The colic is pretty much gone. He's still like a little refluxy, but it's just, he spits up a lot. But yeah, he doesn't seem to ever be like twisty and archy anymore. So the mystery remains as to what was wrong with my breast milk. How do you deal with Nash's reflux at night, like propping him up? Okay. You're only gonna get it. This is like, if you know type of situation. You're only gonna get it if your baby has severe reflux. Now, do your research on safe sleep, whatever, but I am telling you that the only way that my baby could have rested with his reflux is if he was ramped like this, to where his chest was higher than the rest of his body. If he laid flat, it was painful acid that would slosh back up to his head, mouth area, and he would either choke on it or he would just be in severe pain from the acid. So with that being said, the DockATot is considered safe for sleep, and I'm pretty sure, don't mark my words, don't come for me if I'm wrong, every other country besides the United States. So, and it just depends on what you feel comfortable with as a mom. So I know that there were just really hard days before we got Nash's reflux under control, where he had to sleep in the DockATot. He had the outlet on him, so I felt comfortable with this, but he had to sleep in the DockATot. And then we actually got a little wedge from Amazon. It's a short little wedge. It just makes sure that he is just upright just a little bit. So we would kind of like wedge or ramp the DockATot. That's the only way that all that acid wouldn't come spewing out of his mouth. So do what you're comfortable with. Just do what you're comfortable with. If you're not part of an acid reflux support group on Facebook, I highly recommend you join it. Intimacy, not just sex, after baby. First date, outing. So we went on our first date, just us two, when Nash was like maybe 5 weeks old, 4 or 5 weeks old. It was amazing. We talked about Nash the entire time, of course. if you went on your first date after baby, you literally talk about your baby the entire time. But we went to like a wine bar, we had really good food, we had wine, obviously. We like split a bottle of wine, and it was just really nice. And I don't know, you like see your partner just differently. Like you're out as parents. I don't know, it was just a different experience, but it's kind of like that first date experience. Like when you first meet each other and you're getting to know each other, it's like you're getting to know a different version of each other when you're not with your child. It's pretty cool. Go out with your significant other, because your kids grow up and they leave you for their significant others. And at the end of this life, you will be with your spouse. So go on dates with them and be intimate with them. What's in your diaper bag, first time mom in 5 weeks? I need to do like an updated what's in my diaper bag video, so I'm gonna save that question. What do you do for work? Well, now I do social media for work, which I am so happy that I get to do. But I used to be a second grade teacher. I taught second grade for 5 years. I also have my master's in curriculum and instruction. So I don't know, maybe in the future I'll go back into education, probably not a classroom teacher. I really want to use my curriculum and instruction degree, but we'll see. How did you decide to move Nash into his crib, and what steps did you take? So from very early on, like I want to say maybe 4 or 5 weeks, I did naps during the day in Nash's crib. It was just a thing. He didn't even have to adjust because he was a brand new baby. He didn't know where he was. I just made sure it was nice and comfortable in there for him, and we did naps in his bedroom. Even if it was a day where he like wouldn't nap independently himself, I would let him nap on my chest in the rocking chair in his room. So he knew that he's gonna be sleeping in his room. So his naps have always been pretty good in his room, but for some reason his nighttime sleep was always awful. And he was in our room in the bassinet. You've seen in my like morning routine videos, my nighttime routine videos, that he's sleeping in his crib now. We moved Nash to his crib at like 2 months old, and it was the best thing we ever did. The first night that he was in his crib, he had his longest stretch of sleep. I think it was like 4 hours, I think, which was huge for us at that point to get a 4-hour stretch. I don't know. He just sleeps better in his crib. I don't know if it's the crib, or I don't know if it's him being in there alone and us not being in there with him. I don't know. I do not know, but he is a completely different baby as far as nighttime sleep goes because he's in his room. So I have a lot of questions about Nash's reflux. Just know that I completely understand. I completely understand. I've had those hard days right along with you. Basically, we are in the process of weaning Nash off of his Nexium, but we did put Nash on Nexium just to alleviate the acidity in his stomach and what he was spitting back up. Hindsight, I wish I would have done things a little bit differently, because once we started taking Nash to the chiropractor twice a week, we saw a huge improvement in his spitting up and his reflux. So hindsight, maybe I would try the chiropractor first, just because it's a little less intense, because Nexium's like a serious prescription medication for an itty bitty baby. So I would probably try the chiropractor first and see if we could alleviate it that way, paired with his goat's milk formula. Maybe that could have alleviated it a lot on its own before moving to Nexium. But in a combination of things, just keeping him upright after feedings for at least 30 minutes. Another thing I learned as far as burping reflux babies, the gentler you could burp him, the better. Air will naturally rise to the surface if your baby's sitting upright. So we do like the around the world burping. Sometimes I just put him over my shoulder and the pressure of his belly on my shoulder will help him burp. And I just give him like a back rub and he burps. I have read multiple times on my acid reflux support group that banging the back of their back can break up the bubbles, basically like the acid bubbles, and it could really like disrupt or agitate their reflux. So we try not to do the banging on the back. We just kind of rub his back, and almost every time a burp like naturally comes out. Look up the around the world burping technique, and that probably will be best for your reflux baby. Just chiropractor twice a week, finding the right formula for him. You can put Milestone gas drops in every bottle. We didn't have to do it with every single bottle for Nash, but you can, and that can help with reflux as well. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, and I'm so sorry if you're going through that right now. How the hell do you stay clutter-free and organized with a newborn? I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm not, but I will say at least one of his naps a day, I will do like a speed pickup. So I will just pick up all the clutter around the house real quick during one nap and force myself to do it. And it helps me a lot. I am like very clutter minded. So if there's clutter all around me in my house, it's very overwhelming. What's your favorite thing to do as a family of 3? Now that it's summer, we love to go outside. We are outside pretty much every single day. We like to get in the pool with him. That's probably been the highlight of our life as a family of 3 right now. Another one about like maintaining a clean house while I take care of the baby. I can't like do one full clean of the house. Used to, like before baby, I'd have a cleaning day, like once a week. That doesn't happen now. It's like I need to do one task a day. So like maybe you could just sit down and be like, okay, on Monday, I'm cleaning all the toilets. That's all I'm gonna do. On Tuesday, I am vacuuming, and that's all I'm gonna do. On Wednesday, I am cleaning all the surfaces or countertops in the house. Like maybe just break it up that way and just do one task a day, because you gotta take care of the baby, okay? I always tell my husband, whenever I'm making some extra cha-ching, whenever I got money to blow, I'm going to be getting a helper house cleaner so that I can do more like stuff with Nash, stuff for social media, because it just takes up a lot of time to clean your house, but somebody's got to do it, you know. What's your age goal to breastfeed till? So I'm not breastfeeding anymore, but I didn't really have a goal. I just kind of like did it day by day. Like it was kind of like if I breastfed, I breastfed. If I didn't, I didn't. But I could answer this for the next baby, because I'm gonna make a goal, I think, for the next baby, or I may just take it day by day. I'm not really sure. But the next baby, I think I want to breastfeed for like the first couple months of their life, just like I did with Nash. And if that baby doesn't have, I'm gonna try to push through. If the baby has colic or reflux, it's gonna suck, but I'm a little more educated on it now. So I'm gonna try and push through to the first few months of their life breastfeeding. But if they don't have like acid reflux or colic issues and everything's going well, then like obviously I'll go longer. But I will never breastfeed a teething baby or when there's teeth involved. I just won't. I will go to, you know, exclusively pumping before I did that. I just, whenever I hear, no shade, but whenever I hear women talk about how their babies are biting them, to me, I'm just like, for me and my journey, we're just gonna get a bottle. We're gonna get a bottle, we're gonna get some teethers. It's just not my cup of tea, but it's for some people. When will you start purees / oatmeal, and thoughts on baby-led weaning? So I have made the decision to not do purees and not do oatmeal. So I'm going to start baby-led weaning at 6 months. I actually just got a book from Amazon that talks all about baby-led weaning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till 6 months. He's gonna be strictly on formula. And then at 6 months, we are basically just gonna let him try foods that are safe for him whenever we eat. So it's basically just for exploration at that point, and their fine motor skills. I'm learning all about baby-led weaning right now, like the Palmer grasp and the pincer grasp, and I just think it's gonna be so much fun. I will share everything that I do for baby-led weaning with Nash, but I do know that baby-led weaning is so good for like expanding their palate and wanting them to try different things as far as like nutrition and exploring food. Also, there's been studies that have said babies that eat earlier than 6 months, they have a slightly more increased chance of being obese later in life. And also I feel like their stomach and gut and intestines isn't really ready for purees and oatmeals and stuff until 6 months. That's just personally how I feel, but we're gonna wait till 6 months and just go straight into the food, and I'm so excited for it. So I got my book, I'm learning about it. I'm learning about gagging versus choking. I'm learning about what to do when it comes to choking. We'll probably try to get CPR certified, or at least like be as prepared as possible when it comes to that. Y'all, I'm so excited for baby-led weaning. It's not even funny. Are you finding motherhood hard? I'm a first-time mom to a 3-month-old, and girl, it's hard. I love it though. It's hard. It's hard. Like, don't get me wrong, it's hard. 3-month-old and 4-month-old Nash, I'm on my feet all the time. Like, he needs me all the time. He wants to be entertained. He's fun. Newborn Nash was more hard, like mentally, physically. I like couldn't even take care of myself. He was very colicky, like, let's just put it that way. And I'm scared to have another newborn because of that. But as soon as he reached 3 to 4 months old, I was like, oh my God, I want so many babies, because it is just getting so much fun. But yeah, like, of course it's hard. Of course it's hard. It's hard having someone that needs me all the time. But on the other hand, it's so nice having someone who needs me all the time. It's like the weirdest thing. Motherhood is weird. Okay, it says, when you drink, do you pump and dump? I get this question a lot, probably because I enjoy my Modelo's a lot. So I'm not pumping anymore, but whenever I was, ask your doctor, but my doctor basically was like, if you can take care of your baby and drive a car, you can breastfeed, or you can give breast milk, because it is so diluted in your breast milk by the time that your baby gets it. It's so metabolized after a certain amount of time that you're fine. And I would never get like sloshed or drunk or blacked out and like try to feed Nash. Like, that's just not happening. So if I have a drink or two, I know how I feel, you know? So just base it off of how you feel. If you're a little buzzed and you don't feel comfortable, then just skip that. Maybe pump and dump that one and then pick up on the next one. Do you still like your diaper bag? My Itsy Ritzy diaper bag, I love it. I wish I would have got a different color. I might actually get a different color. I want like a solid color one now, like a leather one. I like the black leather one, but I love my diaper bag. It is so roomy. I tried to use another one and I ended up going back to my Itsy Ritzy. I just love it so much. How did you figure out you had fertility issues? What was the process? So on Instagram, I have a complete highlight that says infertility or trying to conceive. Our journey was a little bit unique. Long story short, I have a pituitary gland tumor, which causes me to have PCOS, which means I'm not ovulating every month like I should. It's really, really hard to get me to ovulate naturally, like on my own. It literally takes an act of Congress. And we're out-of-pocket patients for our fertility clinic. So by the time that we did like multiple rounds of like letrozole, we would be like halfway to IVF. And we want, as of now, we want a handful of kids. So in the long run, like financially, knowing like my health isn't gonna be those problems aren't gonna be going away anytime soon, IVF was the smartest thing for us. But I have a whole highlight on my Instagram about our fertility journey. How do you keep your falsies so full and glamorous looking all the time? I get my lashes done. It's just easier for me to wear less makeup if my lashes are done. And I asked for the hybrid lashes and I just brush them and take good care of them. What does my husband do? My husband is a project manager for a commercial construction company and he loves it. He literally loves what he does and it makes me so happy. Favorite quality about myself? I like that, well, it's a blessing and a curse. I like that I am assertive. And I like that I'm just unafraid overall. I think me being unafraid has gotten me far in life. So I really like that quality about me. So that would be like personality trait. And then my favorite, I guess, like exterior is maybe my eyes and my legs. I like my legs. Lots of people about breastfeeding and pumping and stuff. And the questions, like the way that they're asked is like that they're dying to stop, but they need someone to tell them it's okay to stop. And if that's something you're thinking about, it's okay to stop. Nash is on goat milk's formula right now, and he's thriving. And every baby that comes into our life is gonna be a brand new journey as far as breastfeeding. You do you. You do you. You're a good mama. How long did you breastfeed? I breastfed Nash until he was, I think, like 3 months old. I think. One thing you miss in your pastime, mine is eating my own food and having chill Sundays. I really miss being able to work, you know, like on social media and hustle, and I'm always creating, you know, like before Nash, I was just constantly like creating and thinking of new content and new ways to connect with my subscribers and followers. And that was like a full-time job for me, even though like I wasn't getting paid, you know, like making minimum. That fulfills me so much, like so much. And so I miss having the dedicated time to like grind and like hustle and create content. It just, I'm having trouble balancing that right now with Nash. So I think until I can, you know, have him in like a Mother's Day out with other kids, or where he's like, you know, napping maybe for bigger, longer naps when he's a little older, that'll get better. But I do miss that. I miss that like hardworking side of me. It's still there. It's still inside of me. It's just made it a little bit more harder having Nash. Do you wake up every 3 hours at night to let him eat like you do during the day? No. So Nash will go down and he has a really good first long stretch. So he'll stretch from like 7:30, and then I'll give him a bottle at like 3:30. But Matt has been doing a dream feed for him at like 10:30. So actually I'm in the process of trying to get him to have his bottle at 7:30, a dream feed at 10, I'm sorry, his bottle at 7, a dream feed at 10:30, and then going through the night till 6:30, 7 in the morning. So we're in the process of doing that. Right now, I'd really like for him to drop that middle of the night feeding, but he does just get up once in the middle of the night to eat. Have you had to deal with any mom shaming from friends or judging from friends? No. My friends would never. And if your friends are like mom shaming you or judging you, you need new friends. Your friends are supposed to be the ones that you go to when you don't want to tell anybody what you're dealing with. And if they're like judging you, that's not okay. Like, my friends are my safe place where I'm just like, you know, you can lay it all out there, like your feelings, your struggles, what your kids are going through, and there should be no judgment. I'm sorry if you're dealing with that. Hell no. Do you change Nash's diaper every time he goes pee, even when he's sleeping in the night? I do. Well, okay. I change him if he's up to eat. If he were to like sleep through, no. I'm sorry, we're not waking a baby up to change their diaper. No. He will sleep through the night, which has happened a few times, and no, I don't get up to change his diaper. But since he gets up in the middle of the night to have a bottle, then I just go ahead and change him beforehand. I used to like pick him up, put him on the changing table, do his diaper. He would be like fussy the whole time, and then I would sit down and give him his bottle. But now I just go in his room for that 3 a.m. Bottle, and I grab a diaper and some wipes, and I just open his sleep suit, change him really quickly like in his crib, zip his sleep suit back up, and then pick him up for the bottle feeding. So I keep him laid down in his crib for that diaper change. But if he didn't wake up to eat, no, I wouldn't change him. I have endometriosis. My doc guarantees I'll have issues trying to conceive. Any tips to stay positive during the process or trying? Just take it one step at a time and do what you feel is right in your heart. I know it's hard, and I know that time drags on. Every day that goes by that you aren't pregnant or you don't have your baby, it just feels like a century. In the grand scheme of things, I look back and I'm like, our whole journey wasn't even that long in the grand scheme of things, but it felt like a entire decade of my life. It's a chapter in your life that's so severe that it just feels like the longest chapter. Still to this day, it feels like the longest chapter of my life. You know, I wish I had good advice, but I know that every day is really hard. Just lean on the people around you. I know that every day is hard. I wish I had better advice. Just think about the future, positive affirmations, manifestations. I would think about Nash before I was even pregnant. I would plan for him. I would have just these big grand ideas for him and his life, and that really kept me going. What's been the hardest thing about being a new mom? Anything unexpected? Yes. So I don't think I've ever talked about this before. Something that was like really unexpected for me, like I can't even think about it without getting emotional. And I didn't know that this was gonna be so triggering for me, and I don't know why it is this way. When Nash is in pain, for example, like with his reflux, or, you know, one time he had a fever for like a week. We were in and out of the doctors with reflux and fevers, and he had to have blood work done, and he had to get a urine sample to rule out a UTI or something. So he had to get a catheter done, and y'all, this seems so silly. This seems so silly, but I'm just being honest. Whenever you see your baby not feeling well or in pain, it is so beyond triggering, for me at least. I don't know if everyone feels this way. Maybe I'm the only weirdo that feels this way. It is so beyond triggering that, I mean, it's crippling. It's literally crippling. It's funny because, you know, you hear people say like, I just want my kids to be happy and healthy. That is 110% the truth. Like, when I leave Nash with my cousin, when she's watching him, or anyone that's watching him, and I text them to like check on Nash, I never am like, did he have his bottle, or what time did he have his nap, or like, I never am worried about that. I literally ask like, is he a happy boy? Did he wake up from his nap happy? Is his tummy okay? How's his reflux? Like, I just want Nash to be happy. And whenever he was dealing with like medical stuff and he was like in pain and discomfort, him not happy just rips me to shreds. Like, I know I can't be the only one that feels that way, but that was probably the most unexpected thing I've ever felt in my entire life. It's just like how much you love them, and it's just so hard to see them like just not themselves. Which I know that as time goes on, like I'm gonna get like a little thicker of a mommy skin when it comes to things like that, but it's so hard. Like when he would have his really hard nights and we'd be up all night just trying to figure out why he was crying uncontrollably. I'm talking like for months, you know. And my mother-in-law was here. And one night she just walked in and Matt was like, I don't know if we should take him to Texas Children's Hospital. You know, nothing's working. He's screaming uncontrollably and we didn't know what was wrong. And I just like was in my bed and I was just hysterical, and she just walked over and she was like, he's gonna be okay, mama. And I just literally was like, I just want him to feel better. I just want him to feel better. And I was bawling and she just hugged me and just like sat there and like held me, and she was like, I know it hurts you too, but he's gonna be okay. And it's just, that is one part of motherhood that I can't be tough about. You know, there's so many parts of it that I can be like tough and strong and like motivate y'all and like just be a baddie. But when it comes to Nash not feeling well, whew, I'm a little weakling. I am a weakling. Are you breastfeeding or formula feeding? Share any tips, feed, please. There is so many questions about feeding. Not breastfeeding anymore. It wasn't what was best for Nash. Formula feeding, Holly goat's milk formula, and it's his jam. He digests it so well, he loves it. Most surprising thing about becoming a mom. That I would be so triggered when Nash is not feeling good. But I guess like a good thing that was surprising about being a mom, just like that overwhelming love and joy and connection. It's funny because like my parents would always be like, they would always tell me like, I know you better than you know yourself, or I know you better than anyone else. I know you like the back of my hand. We know you, Michelle. And now I know what that means. I like at the time felt like they don't know me, you know? But now like Nash can't even talk and I feel like I know him. Like I know his soul, I know his personality, I can predict his next move just about. So that connection is just really, really cool. Where do you want to take Nash for your first family vacay? We will be doing Florida this summer. So we're taking Nash, we're going to Miramar Beach, Florida, right outside of Destin. We're gonna do that every year with Nash. Hopefully we'll be able to do like around Thanksgiving time, like winter trip, and we want to take him to Nashville. A lot of questions about, do you pump or breastfeeding, correlating with how long does Nash sleep for, nap for. So I think basically what you're trying to find out, let me answer this for you. Nash slept better when we switched him to formula. I think that's like a known thing, that breast milk metabolizes a lot quicker. They're gonna cluster feed more. They feed a lot when you're breastfeeding. Advice for first time moms about to give birth. Oh my God, don't let other people scare you, because their journey is gonna be completely different than yours. No two scenarios are exactly alike. You're gonna thrive and you're gonna love it. Have you already been thinking about when you want a sibling for Nash? I don't know, I think we'll know when it like feels right, when I start to get like baby fever again. When we start to get baby fever again, I think Matt might get baby fever sooner than me, because those colicky newborn days, I just was, I'm a little scarred, So when that wears off, I'll be down for another baby. My dream vacation, freaking Australia, 110%. Can we be friends? You're seriously all the good vibes I want in my life. Yes, of course we can be friends. We can be Insta friends. And I'm glad that I can share some good vibes on my Instagram every single day for y'all. What was my job before YouTube? Teaching. Advice for a first time frozen embryo transfer. Laugh a lot, keep it lighthearted. I was cracking up in the recovery room. I literally asked the nurse if I could spit the embryo out because I was laughing so hard. Warm foods, I had soup on my way home. We just lounged around, watched funny movies, and I would just kind of think about being pregnant, you know? Believe, receive, is that the saying? Top 5 baby must-haves. Boppy lounger, Owlet, Miracle Swaddle. We will use that first with our next baby. Some sort of play gym. I love the Love Every play gym. That's the one that we have. It is actually worth the hype. The baby Brezza, 110%. If you do formula, you need the baby Brezza. It makes a warm bottle quicker than my Keurig makes a cup of coffee. So good. What kind of feeding routine is working for y'all? So Nash has 4 ounces every 3 hours, but his nighttime feeding, so like his dream feed and middle of the night feed, is 5-ounce bottles. But I'm trying to eliminate that middle of the night feed, so that could change here soon. We will probably make his dream feed and his like dinner time before bed bottle 5 ounces. and then we'll ixnay the middle of the night one, slowly but surely, hopefully. Queso or guac? Guac, 110%. Do you plan on traveling with Nash for the first time? We just went on a trip. I did vlog it, and I'm gonna do like a travel Q&A. So stay tuned for that. Are you pumping? Are you pumping? Are you breastfeeding? How did you decide with goat's milk formula? I have a son with reflux too. So it's a little bit easier to digest. It's easier on their stomach, and it just kind of like helps with the reflux. That's why we did the goat's milk versus cow's milk. We tried cow's milk and he was awfully sick. How did you teach Nash to fall asleep on his own, and does he do so every nap and night? Yeah, so I taught Nash to fall asleep on his own, and now he's really not into like being rocked. I will rock him just to like sing to him or whisper sweet nothings into his ear or give him some kisses, but that's not where he's falling asleep now. If he is so tired and ready to go to bed, he will like crawl out of my arms in the rocking chair, and he'll like get himself up, like put me to bed. He just wants me to lay him down to go to sleep. I did that on my own. I am to blame for that. But it is a really good thing. I mean, he just has gotten so independent in his crib. So I basically just set the tone in the room, lay him down, put him in his Magic Merlin sleep suit, put his passy in, and vamonos. And he literally just goes to sleep. I taught him how to self-soothe, which was a really good skill, because now he'll wake up in his naps and he'll just like look around the room, or he'll suck on his thumb for like 10 seconds and then he falls back asleep. Sometimes he will literally like just lay there and like look around the room, or like rub his eyes, or like kick his feet up and down, or he'll turn his head like back and forth, and then he'll just fall back asleep. I was just really diligent about assisting him in continuing that nap in his crib. How do you handle the social media trolls? So the trolls are just annoying, and I think they're the most annoying because they do not know you. Like, they genuinely have no way of really knowing you, but they like speak to you like they know you, and that's like the most annoying shit ever. It doesn't get to me, it's just annoying. It makes me want to like fight. Honestly, like I feel like most like influencers or people on the internet are so passive that they don't like address these people, and they're just like, they think that they need to be like a doormat or a punching bag. Not me. Not me. Like, if you want to say some stupid shit to me, like, you're going to be held accountable for it, and I'm going to stick up for myself always. So that's just like annoying. They really don't carry any weight at all, like, because they don't know me, they're complete strangers. They don't carry weight enough to have value to like really impact my life. The only people who could like really impact me to where I'm second guessing like a decision that I made, or they hurt my feelings, would be like Matt or my momo, or, you know, like my best friends, like, because they carry so much weight in my life that if I got like criticism from them, or, you know, like they questioned me, or they came to me and was like, I really didn't like that you did this, they carry so much weight that it would be like, oh, like it would make like an impact in my life, my soul, my heart, and my emotions. But trolls, they're just annoying. Like, that's the only way to put it. They're just annoying because they literally have no way of knowing who you are, but they speak as if they do. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Weirdest thing ever. How do I handle them? I cuss them out in DMs and tell them that they're idiots, pretty much. I stick up for myself in the DMs, and most people probably don't. I will state the facts back at them, but also call them really mean names. Because if you want to act like a bitch to me, then I'm going to treat you like a little bitch. You know, that's just the way that I look at it. And then I hold them accountable for their words. So a lot of people will be like, I'll like put them on blast on my stories just to show y'all the stupid shit that I get, and like the stupid people that like slide in my DMs sometimes or comment on my reels. And people will be like, I love how you leave their name on there. And I'm like, yeah, they typed the message out and sent the message to me, so they're accountable for those words. Like, they tied their name with those words and they felt good about sending it, so you gotta own it now. Do you have bath days? Is bath day every day, or sometimes it's just warm water? We do bath day every day. Nash loves the bath. His bath day is like a sleepy cue, so we do bath day every day. What's the craziest thing I've ever done in the name of love? I'm kind of a crazy bitch when it comes to like loving people. I've had some pretty ratchet nights out with Matt whenever, like before we were official, and I was like in it to win it, and he's just like a boy, you know, they don't realize that you're in it to win it. And he would like be playing games or like not answering me back, or like, you know, just being a single dude. And yeah, I've had some crazy nights. I have got carried out of the bar. I've scaled his balcony at his apartment to go through his balcony doors because he wouldn't text me back. I'm a little crazy little thing, especially when it comes to Matt. Ooh, girl. How does Nash like the Merlin sleep suit? He effing loves it. My living room rug. Where did I get my living room rug? Off of Amazon, and I'll link it down below for you. How has your perspective of the world changed since becoming a mom? I feel so powerful since becoming a mom. I feel like I am more powerful and smarter and stronger than most people. I don't know if that's like a false sense of confidence since becoming a mom, or I just realized my truest and highest potential. I was really a confident person before I became a mom, but now I like really own and feel 100% like my truest and most highest potential. And I think I'm gonna go so far in life because I'm a mom. Like, I'm doing all things for Nash now, and it gives me like this superpower that I've never felt before. The majority of the world is stupid, so I feel like I want to capitalize on that now. Summer or winter? Girl, summer. How many hours do you spend on creating content? A lot. I really wish I got paid more. I wish content creators made more money. Oh, it's so much work. The fact of the matter is, if you genuinely enjoy it, you're okay with doing all the work because you don't get paid that much. If you're only doing it to get paid, you're not gonna last very long and you're not gonna like it. That's all I gotta say. Do you ever consider doing trendy dances from TikTok or Instagram and putting them on your page? I would if I could learn them. I feel like it would take me a while to learn them, but yeah. I'm a fun person. I've always been like a fun, outgoing, like not afraid to dance, not afraid to sing karaoke. I've always loved karaoke. I'm not afraid of what people think of me. I've always been that way, like pre-becoming a mom. Now that I'm a mom, I feel like I'm even more that way. The hardest thing about postpartum, watching my kids suffer 110,000%. To where I didn't care about me at all. And everyone would be like, take care of mommy first and take care of the baby. No, no, I did not take care of mommy. Mommy didn't eat, mommy didn't exercise, mommy didn't drink enough water. She was just worried about her baby 24/7. That was the hardest thing postpartum. Dealing with visitors postpartum and them respecting your visitation rules. So I made a mistake as a new mom, and I welcomed everyone into my home and holding Nash for however long they want, when they wanted. I think I was in a little bit of a different situation because we had waited for Nash for so long, and I knew that everyone was so excited for Nash and ready for Nash that I didn't put any like guidelines or boundaries or anything. Like, Nash spent as much time with other people as he did with me, and that's not what the newborn days are supposed to be about. So with baby number 2, I will be hibernating in this bedroom with my newborn for as long as I want. And if I don't want anyone to come through those doors, they're not. They have to respect you. It's your baby. You're the mom. You grew the baby. Y'all are the parents. They have to respect you. Bottom line. Reach deep down for that mama bear and pull her out. Can you do video clips of your wedding and just a dedicated Matt and Michelle vlog? That would be fun if I shared clips from our wedding. I could do that. What country would you like to go for a mom-son adventure? Australia. 100,000, 10,000%. What is something you wish you did on your high school years? I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like I wish I did anything in my high school years. I wish I like was more health conscious in my high school years. I definitely had a gluten allergy back in high school. I think I've always had it, but I wish I would have paid more attention to that. I was on birth control for 10 years of my life. I wish I would have been more knowledgeable about that. There's just certain things that I did with my health in high school that I wish I would have taken more seriously, because I feel like I had to pay for it later in life, you know? Like in high school, I'd be like, oh cool, I never have a period. I never have to deal with tampons. Like, this is so cool, never having a period. Except when it comes to having a baby. So maybe I should have figured that out whenever it was a problem. If you're in high school and you're watching this, take your eating, health, and well-being seriously, please. Okay, I just have a few more questions. How has your faith improved since having NASH? I'm about to begin cycle of IVF and I can't help feeling I've been distant from God. I'm not sure if it's just this journey, but it's been hard. I thought that I had such a great relationship with Lord Jesus Christ, God, the Holy Spirit, until I battled infertility and IVF, and I had to get real. I had to get real. Like praying, and you know, like Christian folk would say, if you just pray for your baby, God will give him to you at the right time. It's on God's timing. And I would just think, you know, honey, I have a medical condition. This is quite beyond the supernatural. And if I just wait for God's time, I will never have a child. So I need to figure out what's wrong with me, and we need to do fertility treatments. And it just made me come back down to earth, be my most realistic, truest self. And it showed me that I didn't have a good relationship with God, because that spiritual, supernatural type of feeling was just gone. Like I was here in the present, here, now, standing here. It was just straight up, here are the facts and this is what we need to do about it. And it just hurt whenever like religious people who I know are trying to help would be like, it's God's timing or it's God's will. I don't know, it doesn't make you feel better. So I don't have an answer for that. I have not found my way back to having good faith because of my journey. And I'm just being honest. And maybe one day I will have a really good, strong faith and relationship with God again. And I'll look back at this part of my life in this chapter and I'll know that I needed to go through this to get to where I'm going, if that makes sense. But we'll see. Oh, little Bubby's awake. He's gonna chill with me while I finish. How do you handle the stress of wondering if your baby will reach milestones? So my thing is, unless you know that there's a reason that your baby may be delayed in milestones, then there's really no reason to worry. All babies are different, so they're gonna reach milestones at different times, and I swear it feels like babies sometimes just do things overnight. So it's just not worth it to stress about it on a Monday if your baby ends up mastering it on a Thursday. I mean, you just never know. Something that could help that is just also like ask yourself, am I doing enough to help my baby reach these milestones? You know, like for example, rolling over is one of Nash's next milestones, and I can't expect him to master the milestone if I'm not helping him. So a really good idea is to just look up online what your baby's monthly milestones are, and maybe even the next month milestone after that, to just make sure that you're kind of like guiding them in that direction. And you can also Google like how to reach a milestone. So I basically looked like how to help my baby learn to roll over, and we just do little activities. Yeah, during playtime every day. I love your content. You're hilarious and inspiring for new moms and like yourself and myself. I love daily routines. It gets me motivated to try new things with my 12-week-old. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I promise I'm trying to upload more. I'm trying to find like balance with a baby. Oh, have I changed any products since the beginning, like a better bottle? Yes, so I was really excited for the Kind bottle feeding system. We've tried every single bottle because he had colic and reflux. I was super excited for the Kind one, but because of his reflux, we had to explore different bottles. We tried every single bottle. We spent so much money in bottles, but we ended up with the Lancino. I can put it down in the description bar. It's a bottle for breastfed babies, and the nipple just glides into their mouth so seamlessly. It's nice and wide, so they can get like a good wide latch. And it's really helped with his reflux and stuff like that. So I will link the Lancino bottle that he uses down below for y'all. How many kids do you want to have? Matt wants like 3 or 4. I really hope that we can have 3. But it's weird, like ever since I had Nash, I'm like so happy with Nash that, I don't know, like if God forbid, like we can't have any more kids or something happens, or I don't know. I mean, you never know where life's gonna take you. I always think like I'm just so thankful for Nash that, I mean, I'm just infinitely grateful and in love, and I would be happy with just Nashy, but I'm so grateful for every single day with Nash. But it would be cool to see him as a big brother. So I don't think I would just want 2 kids. I would say 3 for me. Matt would have a lot if it was up to him. Baby products that I thought I was gonna love and use before having Nash, or if I changed my mind. I think I wanna make like an updated like newborn must-haves video, or like reacting to my registry and telling y'all like, yes, you absolutely need this, or no, maybe like wait. Yeah, I think that would be a good and helpful video for new moms, or you know, any moms at all. Just showing y'all like an updated, like this is what you need for your baby type of video. No question, I love your videos. Thank you so much. We're almost done, Bubba's. Do you and Matt still have that spark in y'all's marriage? Yes, but it's just a different spark. Like I see him like being a good provider for our family, and you know, loving Nash with everything that he has, loving me as a mommy, and that like gives me butterflies and just makes me feel so in love. Whereas before Nash, I didn't have that feeling because I haven't explored that part. I didn't get a chance to explore that part of Matt yet, that part of our relationship yet. So yes, very much still in love, and the sparks and the butterflies, but it's just different. And I would say it's like more intense now, because Nash is my everything, and to see the person that I love taking such good care of my everything is just amazing. How did you decide to exclusively pump? I'm not due till December, but I don't know how to decide to breastfeed, pump, or both. So if I were you, I would, this is probably what I'll do with the next baby, because it kind of worked out this way with Nash and it worked out pretty good. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're more wiggly than new baby Nash. He like literally rubs his head on his crib sheet so much that he's missing hair. I will probably, so if you're a first time mom, this is what you should do. Try to breastfeed in the hospital. If you're okay with it, feel comfortable with it. I'll probably breastfeed exclusively for like maybe the first, definitely like for the colostrum, and then whenever like I go from colostrum to milk, I'll probably continue to exclusively breastfeed for just the very, very beginning of life. And whenever I start to feel like good about pumping bottles, then I'll start doing that. It was really important for me to pump and for Nash to take a bottle, because I knew that I'm the type of person that I need to be able to leave the house for more than an hour and a half, because they eat so frequently whenever they're that little. Or like I needed to have like a flexible life. I knew that I needed that for myself, for like self-care stuff. and I just knew that I would want help. Like I would want Nash's dad and his grandparents to be able to feed him and my friends, and yeah, so it was really an easy decision for me, but I know it's not an easy decision for a lot of people. Did I buy sleep training courses? I have a whole video on like napping and sleeping on my channel, and that's basically what I go for Nash, and have since I made that video. Like the same exact things, haven't stopped. It's working for him. Why change it? I did not purchase sleep training courses, but because I wanted to like meet Nash and see like what he was gonna prefer, who he was gonna be before I did the whole sleep training course thing. But I do have friends that took sleep training courses that like helped me a lot. Like I would ask them questions and they would tell me, and I could tell that their answers that they gave me were because they took sleep training courses. Like they sounded like those type of answers, and I used their tips. So, but no, I didn't like formally purchase a course. When did you begin shopping for little Nash? I'm 26 weeks and have yet to begin. Probably about that point. I would say like early 20-ish weeks. It was like full blown shopping, like I'm having a baby. I'm having a baby. I'm having a baby. All right guys, so that is it for this Q&A. Let me know below if you could relate to any of my answers, any of your thoughts and opinions on this Q&A. Let me know also what kind of videos that you might want to see. Leave them in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm done, Matt. I'm done. You can come out.